Okay, Year 6, it's time for your Mixed Maths starter today. So we've got a multiplication question here, 4-digit by 2-digit, a rounding question, rounding this number to the nearest 100. We've got a fractions question, 3/8 divided by 5. And then we've got another fractions question, 7 multiplied by 4/10. So pause the video, have a go at those 4 questions and unpause and see if you got them correct. Right, so let's have a look at number 1. 7,321 times 35. So on this first row, what we'll do is we'll times it by 5. And the second row, we'll times it by 30. We've partitioned 35, haven't we, into 30 and 5. And then we will add these two numbers up and we will get our answer. So let's multiply 5 by 7,321 first of all. So 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10, so 0 goes there, the 1 goes over in the next column, which is here. 5 times by 3 is 15, add 1 is 16. And then 5 times by 7 is 35, add 1 is 36. So we've done that first row there. We've multiplied this number by 5, now we're going to multiply it by 30. Now because we're multiplying it by 30, what we do is we add this 0 in here, so that way we can say 3 times 1, 3 times 2, etc., rather than having to say 30 times 1, 30 times 2, 30 times 3, etc. So because we're timesing 30 by 1 here, 3 times 1 is 3. You can see there, we've got to the answer of 30 because it is really 30 times 1. And we've got to the answer there, that's why we put that 0 there. 3 times by 2 is 6, 3 times by 3 is 9, 3 times by 7 is 21. Make sure that everything is lined up. Remember, this second number will always be considerably larger than this first one because 30 is much larger than 5. So remember, if this second number is not larger, have a look again because you've gone wrong somewhere. Probably what you've done is forgot to add in 0. So now we can add these up and it's just like a normal column addition then. So 5 add 0 is 5, 3 add nothing is 3. 6 and 6 is 12, so 2 goes there, the 1 goes over on the next column. And then we can add these up to get to 16, and then add these up, and that is 5, and then finally 2 and nothing is 2, and there is your answer, 256,235. Right, the second question, rounding this number to the nearest 100. So it's 321,718. So rounding to the nearest 100, which number is in the hundreds column? It is this 7. So when we do that, we look 1 next door, don't we? And if a number is between 0 and 4, we round down. If it's between 5 and 9, we round up. So 0 is between 0 and 1, so that means we round down. So that means the underlying number stays the same, and the numbers to the left stay the same, 3, 2, 1. The numbers to the right turn to 0. So there's your answer, 321,700. Right, moving on to number 3. 3/8 divided by 5. Now we looked at this last week when we recapped dividing fractions, and what we actually do is to multiply the denominator by the whole number. So 8 times by 5 is 40, and then the numerator comes across as 3. So 3 over 40, which can't be simplified. So then we look at number 4. This is multiplying an integer or a whole number by a fraction. So what we could do is we could turn that into an improper fraction. 7 over 1 is exactly the same as 7, and then it's simply a case of multiplying the numerators, multiplying the denominators. So 7 times by 4 is 28, 1 times by 10 is 10. 28 over 10. And if you've got that as an answer, brilliant, that's great, because you've got to the correct answer. However, we can simplify it. How many times does 10 go into 28? It goes in 2 times. And how many is left? What's the difference between 20 and 28? Well, it's 8. Again, if you've got 2 and 8/10 as an answer, fantastic, because you're right as well. This can be simplified further though, can't it? So still going to be 2. This can be simplified by halving the 8 to 4, halving the 10 to 5. So these 3 answers are all identical. However, this one is probably your best answer because it's written in its simplest form, but all 3 of them are identical to each other. Well done, Year 6.